Alright, welcome back. This is part 2 in our series on how to put together a multiplayer online team.
Yeah, so our last video was the tank, and you can go back and check that out if you want to.
Link will be in the description.
This video is going to be the basic damage specialist.
Right, so somebody who can do a buttload of basic damage, so not specials.
Buttload.
Yeah, you don't rely on generating power because the opponent's passive, like Killer Frost or their specials,
like Nightwing.
Right, a drainer will affect your ability to do that. This is sustained damage from the beginning. You don't have to build up any energy. You just start whacking away at the other guy right away.
This is kind of the damage that you can always count on.
And you're talking about the reason why this matters is because you don't really want a drawn out fight. The longer your fight is, the more chance you have to make mistakes. And you play long enough, you're going to make mistakes. But the faster you go,
the less
likely
opportunity you have to mess up.
Right. So what do you want out of a basic damage dealer? So we resorted the golds, and what you want. One way that you can make a really good damage dealer is having a high base damage. So when we resorted, you can see anybody in the top end should be pretty good. Now, what's interesting, just to note, Mortal Kombat X Scorpion technically should be a good damage dealer. He's actually not right now because his swipe combo is only 2 attacks and it's not scaled up. It's still only worth double the tap attack.
Yeah.
Damage. It's actually pretty weak.
So he is not as good. He's missing 1 strong attack.
Right. So the other way you can do it, when you want somebody who's going to be a good damage dealer, you can do it based on having special passives. So, for example, animated Batman Beyond, when he does his specials, he's sort of an exceptional case, right? Because you actually need to use his specials to trigger some of these advantages, but he can actually increase his basic damage, have crit chance and crit damage, without carrying any gear for it.
Yeah, which is good.
The problem is he needs to do a special and it doesn't last the whole fight. Another example of a guy whose base damage is not as obviously high as everybody else, but is a good damage dealer and one of the best.
AO Deathstroke.
Arkham Warriors Deathstroke.
Because for each elite level, he gets 8% extra damage, which is like 50% for Elite 7.
Yeah, 54 if you want
54,
to.
yeah.
Want to pick some nits.
Which is really, really good. So that's like another 15,000 damage. Well, more a little bit, but that's a lot of damage right there.
So somebody else who has a special passive that will help is Red Sun Superman.
Because he, especially in a Red Sun team, gives a bunch of basic attack boosts, 25% per character. And even if you don't have any other Red Sun team members and it's just him, plus 25% basic attack for everyone.
Right, so that's one thing that's actually misunderstood a little bit. There's some Red Sun passives that
oh gosh,
help
it's really
everybody.
blurry. Sorry, it's really blurry right now.
Alright, so some Red Sun passives help everybody, and some Red Sun passives only help Red Sun characters. Red Sun Superman's passive helps everybody, but the strength of it depends on how many Red Sun characters are on the team. So if there were 3 Red Sun characters, you get a 75% basic damage boost. If there's only 1, you get a 25% damage boost. I mean, Red Sun Superman obviously counts as one himself. So one of the top damage dealers is really the combination of Red Sun Deathstroke and on the same team as Red Sun Superman, because Deathstroke's, well, we can get into the gear. You can look at our other video regarding basic damage plus crit chance.
Yeah.
But it means that Red Sun Deathstroke, in terms of per swipe, can actually, I think, does probably the most damage of any one character if you have him on a full Red Sun team with Red Sun Superman.
Which is really good.
Now, one other note of somebody who you'd think would actually have a good passive for being a basic damage dealer, but doesn't actually, is Zod. So his attack stat is only 31,000, which is, it's about average. And his Phantom Zone Survivor passive is that when his teammates get knocked out, for each teammate he's supposed to get a 20% boost on damage, all damage, not just basic attacks, but specials too.
And a 20% bonus to health.
What it turns out is the bonus to health is not actually bonus to health. What it is
just heals you.
Right, 20%. And so that's not that useful unless he's already taking some damage. And the 20% bonus to damage seems like a lot, but when you think about it, gear, if you had 3 basic damage boosts maxed out, that'd be 210%. You need to actually have 10 teammates get knocked out.
Which is only possible with Aquaman and his second special.
Right, and it takes a long time to generate a second special 10 times to do that. So you'd think...
Or 8 times and then have the other guys knocked out. But that's only to make it as good as basic damage maxed gear.
So when we're talking about that then, so what you want to do is actually have, or for a damage dealer is, it leads us to the next point, is gear. So there's specific
gear is the most important.
Yeah, so let's sort it by the strongest first, because there's some that are really obvious. So Ra's al Ghul's scimitar is one of the ones, basic damage boost, but the best ones are the ones that actually have basic damage boost
and crit chance.
With the crit chance. So if we look at that, we've got Promethean Longsword, and the other kicker is, besides the crit chance, is the crit boost. Crit boost is always character specific. There's only 4 pieces of gear that will do it, and we haven't gotten into that with our video yet, but that's sort of up on the schedule. That so these are damage boosts with crit chance, but the crit boost is specific to, we saw Deathstrokes, there's Batgirls with the crit boost that's specific to her. You've got Batman, also with a crit boost, and I believe the last one we're missing is Catwoman.
So it's kind of just Batman universe characters.
Yeah, Gotham guys.
Yeah.
So if you want somebody, so you could take somebody who's not the highest in damage, if you gear them right, they can be your team's damage dealer. It doesn't have to be just one guy, it could be a couple. If you look at our previous video about basic damage boost plus crit chance, there's enough gear that you could equip 3 different guys to be basic damage dealers with a bit of a crit chance.
Yeah.
So we've gone over high base damage, special passives, gear, and the last thing is how fast they are, or how they juggle, or how you feel using them. And what we mean by that is there's certain characters that maybe aren't that great when you look at their stat, and they're not that great based on their passive, although that's arguable. But a good example of this is Elseworld Flash. His damage is actually, his health is really low. His damage is a little bit below average, I think.
Yeah.
But he is super fast, and because of that, when his passive engages, he's almost guaranteed to take out at least one person. But if you play him right, he can take out a few.
Yeah.
Another good example of somebody who is relatively slow, you wouldn't expect him to be a damage dealer even though his damage stat is high, and he's not that popular in this role, is Shazam. He's got a 2-hit swipe combo, and he's not actually that fast, but what's good is he is easy to juggle with if you get a good handle on the timing of it. But again, he's not that popular. One person who actually is really popular for that, we've already mentioned before, is Arkham Origins Deathstroke. I actually find that Arkham Origins Deathstroke is way easier to juggle with than Red Sun Deathstroke, even though Red Sun Deathstroke's supposed to be faster.
Don't know why. I think the 5% is just a very minimal increase in speed.
So a lot of this is going to be personal preference. Doomsday is another example of a guy with a 2-hit combo, but again, unlike Mortal Kombat X Scorpion, both Shazam and Doomsday 2-hit combos scale up. So the damage for each one
is like, each one does 150% damage.
Yeah, well, the first one does a little bit less, the second one does a lot more, and they do, as a full combo, more damage than the tap combo. Unlike Mortal Kombat's, which does, I think, just about exactly the same if you get the swipe on the tap combo. So, 4 things. High base damage, special passives, gear them up properly, and just how they handle. So the way we're going to demonstrate it today is going to be a little bit, maybe not expected, not the way most people think of it, but Killing Joke Joker is an interesting guy. Because all the Jokers, I believe, have a 4-hit swipe combo.
With their knife, yeah.
Which automatically makes their swipe combo a little bit more powerful for basic attacks.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is, we actually had to edit together a couple of videos. We lost our video connection.
The setup that we have got a little jarred loose, and it lost the TV TV phone connection.
Alright, so Joker is, particularly good because he's relatively fast, but I don't know if this was in the part that we cut out, but I have trouble juggling with him, so I have to spend a lot of time blocking, and the blocking is what means that I actually take quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Or even when I'm not blocking. So it's important to not bother using special 1 as a source for damage, but just worry about healing him because he needs that little bit of boost.
Yeah, so the special 1 heal is definitely an important part of our strategy. Really, his only weakness is his glass jaw. He has a good ability, good damage. It's just, it's unfortunate how easy it is to knock him out. So it's really reliant on you not making mistakes.
Yeah, so hate losing, that's the entire reason why Shazam is in there. Because really, you could potentially boost his Killing Joker's damage even higher if you had something like Batman Prime or even Red Sun Superman to get a bit of a damage boost.
And apologies if any of this was repeated again. We did have a little bit of recording problems, so we're trying to get the same information into our video this time without actually having to just film it again from scratch.
Alright, so not bad. Not bad at all. So typically with Killing Joker, if you're doing it right, even though his health is so low, you should be able to take out or do at least a couple 100,000 worth of damage, unless you have something unusual playing. Like if you've got Killing Joker on the other team, or you got Raven, and you have to maybe play a little differently, you should easily be able to get a couple 100,000. That's enough to take out at least one guy.
Or damage a bunch of them.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, you can actually
wipe a whole team.
You see he's got 7,000 per swipe. If they all crit, there you go. That's 30,000.
7,800, yeah, that's a lot.
Sometimes doing the special 1 gives me the room to start a combo, and sometimes not. So that's a freebie, he's generating enough power, and now he's going to come.
And now, you can heal back. Uh-oh.
Is there enough distance? Oh, too bad.
Oh, that's too bad.
What I should have done, which was a smart move, no, actually what I should have done was do a swipe combo and hope that it hit, because it was getting knock him out whether I blocked it or not, right?
Yeah.
I should have done that to get the distance separation so I could try to make him do a special 1 instead of special 2.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Yeah, Batarangs instead of the Winged Adventures. That would have been smarter in my instinct, because I haven't played with Joker for a while.
Just to block, yeah.
Again, there you go. That's why we have Shazam there, so he can just take care of anything. So let's see what we did.
Which is a quite good pairing, actually.
Right, so 186,000. I mean, the classic pairing is Killing Joker and Shazam. And some people we've seen complain that they wish they had kept him low. I don't think that's a great idea. You're sort of wasting a spot. I mean, not entirely, but Killing Joker is way better than just his passive.
Yeah, he is.
So you see, at 7,800 times 4 is what? That's like 31,000 damage in a swipe combo. I think the only people that can beat that potentially, if you gear them up maximally and get
is the 2 dash strokes, yeah.
Right.
I think we have been over that.
Alright.
Shazam has his second special because
So we got the distance separation,
Catwoman
right?
and
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
But we got that distance separation, so he didn't use his second special, right? Which is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, when used right, Joker is definitely really good.
And he's not the fastest, because and especially not this way, because we're not focusing on using his specials, right, or anybody else's.
Yeah.
Really, Shazam could be the main feature on any team, but we're using him as a backup.
Oh, that was too bad.
Yeah.
He just got the unblockable out on Shazam.
I think about once every 10 fights, you should be able to get Killing Joke Joker to finish off the other team.
Yeah, an entire team.
Yeah. So that wasn't bad. I think he just did 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
And there's no reason that Shazam can't take care of one guy. Even if Godfall Superman had been blocking, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to take. There you go.
Boom. One just hard lightning-infused punch to the jaw.
Right, so there's lots of different ways.
222,000 for the Killing Joke Joker.
Yeah, that's
damage.
about right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's typical. Yeah, I'm actually quite partial. There's another character like Nightwing who gives you an extra. Ooh, Deathstroke's gonna be
a little bit of a trouble.
Yeah, because if it's unblockable, then he's gonna wipe us out.
Yeah. Do you want to switch to Harley and just let her take it?
Yeah, but then if she doesn't get knocked out, then I'm stuck with her at the front.
Yeah, but if you're not planning on using her anyways, if she gets knocked out, that's fine, right?
That's true. Right.
Oh, there we go.
The problem will be if he builds up more energy for another special one. Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, that's a tease, isn't it? He's gonna switch in and just destroy you at some point.
Well, not if it's a special 2. Hopefully.
We can only hope. There we go. So it looks like shaping up for Joker to take on 2 out of the 3. Technically, Harley Quinn did help a little bit. Oh, there we go.
No. Yeah, it wasn't enough. Too bad.
So close.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. I mean, if we really wanted to use a prototypical damage dealer, we could have done another demonstration like we've done before using Arkham Origins Deathstroke, but that would be a bit of a cheat. We like to maybe go a little bit off the beaten path with this.
Yeah, try not to repeat ourselves too much.
Yeah, because I mean that's pretty obvious. I mean, you go anywhere, people will say, "Oh yeah, Arkham Origins Deathstroke is the best guy."
Because he is. He's really good. Maybe not the best, but he.
I'll tell you what makes him the best. He could be your basic damage dealer. He could also be a special 2 or special 1 specials. There's nobody else who's got a better special 1, and there aren't many that have a better special 2. He's top 3 definitely special 2, basic damage, and tops in special 1.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, Raven.
Raven's going to be interesting. So because... Alright, she's got 3 pieces of health gear. Because Joker does a lot of damage, but he's also relatively weak, he's probably going to be... I usually don't have to do anything special using him against Raven because he's already taking damage. Worst that'll happen is they swap and both their health is low.
Yeah.
Not too worried about that. And the worst case, I guess, is I save up my special so that I can actually heal him after. Or maybe not if I don't get any attacks in. Because normally I'd be using a special hit there to get a little bit of separation to be able to do another combo without having to block.
Oh!
That's okay.
You're getting a little bit beaten up, huh? You want to switch out there? Or? Oh.
This fight might be a little bit more of a challenge.
Only because Raven, and she hasn't engaged her special yet, and Shazam doesn't really have a method of taking her out quick. You probably should have done Harley. Or I guess you really couldn't, right?
So this is what I mean by blocking. Like if Shazam is facing somebody who's blocking, then you run into a little bit of trouble about actually finishing off the other guy. Nice.
Stunned. Boom. That was a freebie. Ooh! This is probably one of the best case scenarios for the Switch order, right?
Close enough. Although she's got
quite a bit of health now.
Yeah. So if she hadn't exchanged with Shazam and had stayed at low health, I could have used her second special to take care of her, but because it was that high, it wouldn't have been enough to actually finish her.
This one might be a little bit of a struggle.
Well, that's what happens when you take a There's a reason why certain teams are popular, is because they're good. So when you start going a little bit different and taking a different approach, it's not a surprise that you actually run into a bit of trouble.
Shazam's a good juggler, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gets a bit of a bad rap because he's got only 2 attacks. 2 hit swipe combo. Oh, I did that too early.
You should have just done the Shazam combo, probably.
No, too late.
Really might be in a spot of
Yeah.
trouble. Spot-o trouble.
So let's do this. Maybe what we'll do is, does she have a lot of energy generated? What I might just do is trigger her passive a couple
Just
times.
a bunch, just waste it. She
Yeah.
only has one more trigger, doesn't she? It happens twice.
Yeah, she's only got...
Oh! Are you gonna do it? Oh! That was good.
That was sweet. Alright, so that is the second part of our series on multiplayer teams and how you can create a damage dealer, even with somebody who might not be as obvious, like Killing Joke Joker, which a lot of people are using only for his passive. He's actually quite an effective damage dealer.
Yeah, though. I guess we probably could have done a better job showing it here.
So with what we're going to do is maybe alternate a bit with this multiplayer team series plus our gear series. So we're going to have something, we've been able to keep it up for a while now, we're going to probably maintain it. So every Tuesday we're going to have one or the other, and the other days we're going to have anything extra, like if there are any new glitches, just updates on challenge resets,
Yeah.
or just things that amuse us.
That kind of thing.
So we'll see you next Tuesday.
Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.